There's no dick.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the next.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to the next question, boys.
Would you rather go
That
to
is
hell
cocaine mode.
or go to heaven?
What?
Just for 30 minutes to see everything, and someone explains to you everything about hell or heaven. There's no torture or anything.
I think that knowing now that with this option that one of these things, this binary of heaven and hell is real, I would probably say I would want to go to hell to determine for myself, is it really that bad? And do I really need to act in accordance with, sinning?
That's fair.
And stuff, because then however bad it is, I can be like, oh shit, they're having people sit on dicks and eat cake, and the other way around. I'm like, oh man,
that would not be bad for hell, honestly. Right?
You think it'd be worse?
It would.
Yeah,
it really would be.
Okay, surely there's. Let's just say, in hell, it's all the worst would you rathers.
Oh,
that's a pretty tough situation.
Oh, no.
But then, in heaven, it's like.
In heaven, we got unlimited bacon.
Wonderful.
But wait. Which one has unlimited bacon?
That's a pretty fun one though, Charlie, because I think that it would be worth it to go to hell, see how bad it is, sort of judge for myself how badly I don't want to go to hell,
right?
And then return to my life.
So
and
you're
then act
motivated by
accordingly.
fear.
That's the
I'm
thing. I think
motivated
the main question with this prompt is: are you going to be more motivated by something that you want? E.g., heaven, if heaven is amazing, would that push you towards the light? Or would seeing how awful hell is and being scared of it endlessly, would that be what motivates you? What is your motivation, Ted? Are you motivated by terrible, intrusive thoughts?
No,
does
not
fear,
really, actually.
Does fear keep
funny
the
that
cogs
you bring that up.
spinning?
No, it's actually funny that you bring that specific topic up, because I've been having this conversation with my girlfriend Shay for a little bit, where we are having this conversation in the car.
Shay, when I go to hell, I want you to know.
well, she was talking about the difference between me and her is we had this conversation of like thinking about what if you got in a car crash or something. And what we discovered was the difference between the two of us thought about it was when she was thinking about it, she was like, oh man, how terrible would it be if I got into this, fiery car crash where, shit all goes wrong. Very, very like, it's sort of like terrible thing. But the way I was thinking about it was like, sometimes I'm driving on the road and I'm thinking about like, man, how would I save us if something terrible happened on the road and there's cars flipping over? Like what sort of fucking
a problem
NASCAR
solver.
maneuver would I do to save us?
Course.
So I think generally I sort of have a positive outlook. But in this particular instance, I would say that I would go to hell just to kind of see, like, that's got to be a better motivator. Because I feel like if you went to heaven and you saw how good it is, it's like you would sort of lose that image over time, and you're like, and you'd lose that motivation because it's so positive. It's like when you get it's like when you get a 1 out of 10 YouTube video on YouTube.com. We're all influencers. We get that jazz for a little bit, but then we forget what that's like.
I'd say you're more. You're more motivated by fear, sure. But if you live your whole life after seeing hell for 30 minutes out of fear of going to hell, I feel like you're not even living anymore, Ted.
But I genuinely think that people are, and this isn't to say that I'm gonna like be fucking hitting my kids when I have kids or something, but I do think that people are generally motivated by negativity or like the fear of something bad happening more so
We
than
gravitate.
like
Well, there's a reason.
thing.
The reason you see so much is because we gravitate towards it.
And
speaking
Getting a call from Scam Likely,
speaking
Ted.
of negativity, you want to take that?
Yeah.
Ask them. Would they rather sit on a dick?
Can I say one more thing? Can I say one more thing though?
Yeah, of course.
To support my point.
Yes.
Here's a question for you guys. Why is it that with the large amount of positive comments that you get on your YouTube videos, why do the negative ones affect you more?
Okay, William Osmond. Yeah,
William
no,
asked this
dude,
question.
I
Brought up a good point.
I agree with you though. Is the thing like ordinarily here is where I'd launch into a whole thing and we'd have like this whole three-way argument. It'd be awesome. Everyone would love it. I just think you're right.
That was a question. How do I kind of be right about the question?
No, I mean about your thing about people being more motivated by the negative thing. Like that's why it's always going to stand out, right? I mean, I think a lot of people have said it before, but it's like fucking anything in life, right? A YouTube comment still applies to, I don't know, if you're playing baseball as a kid and, you know, a bunch of people say good job and then someone comes up to you and says like, hey,
Hits
that
you
one
with a
thing,
baseball
that
bat,
one
and it
fucking
turns
thing
out
was
it's
ass.
bonus.
Yeah, and then breaks your wrists and your fingers and everything. That's going to stick with you more, right? Especially for me, because I'm always very focused on what I can improve rather than what I did well.
It's definitely like a, what is it, primordial or primal? Not primordial.
Primordial.
The primordials.
No, it's definitely a primal reaction. I feel like people gravitate towards the negatives because that's something you don't want, so you got to identify what that is and avoid it. Either way, that's my long extended answer. Sorry for talking so much. God.
So hell,
I think
so
I
you
agree.
want to go to hell? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go to hell for 30 minutes and then take notes. And then that would, because the thing is, if you go to heaven, you don't know how bad it's going to get on the other side. And if it's not too bad in hell, then hey, maybe we make a few cutbacks on
Yeah, what if it's like-
how
You're
good
saying
we're being to
You'd
people.
go to heaven and you'd look at it and you'd be like, how bad could hell be? That would be your
I mean, like,
first
what
reaction.
What if hell is like Has-Been Hotel and then heaven is like heaven in the good place?
Like it's not.
Or it's everything so good that everyone's bored all the time.
Listen, I'm planning for the void. If I'm being straight with you guys.
Yeah?
I'm just planning.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely planning for the dark, starless void at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so you
Wow.
know, there it is. There it is.
You fuck you,
I just
man.
I just think that that's gonna that's it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not. And you're definitely a filthy fucking atheist.